Good morning, Rochester ALC, and welcome to another episode of C103 News. I'm Sumitra.
And I'm Alexis. Just about an hour ago, many of you probably hit up the ALC breakfast cart. And maybe lately you've noticed some changes.
That's right, big things are happening with the breakfast menu. Here's our news team to give you the scoop.
For those of you who do not like the breakfast at ALC, listen up because there are some changes that are happening.
Hi, I'm here with Marissa and we're going to talk about the ALC breakfast. So, in your opinion, do you think it's better than before?
Well, yeah, it's a lot healthier and it tastes better.
Alright, and why do you think they're making the changes to the food?
Because not everyone liked it and they wanted something new and that would be better for them.
Alright, well, thank you.
Hi, I'm Crystal and I'm here with Nancy, one of our wonderful lunch ladies, and I'm going to be asking her a couple of questions about the new breakfast here at ALC. Do you know why these new changes are happening?
Yes, we're changing the breakfast first with a field of 60, and some of the breakfasts are becoming more homemade instead of prepackaged. And we're the first school to improvise the smoothies, which have been very successful, and I think the students have really enjoyed the different flavors.
Is there more students eating the breakfast than there was before?
By far. We've had more kids coming and eating breakfast, actually some days more than our lunch count, and that's great. That kids come and eat the breakfast in the morning for their start of their day.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hello, we're here with Natalie and we're going to talk about the ALC breakfast. So, why do you think the new changes are happening?
Well, one of the main reasons that some of the changes are happening is many kids, by the time they reach high school, don't eat breakfast. And that's one of the most important meals of the day. To start out right, you need that nutrition. And we also have up to sometimes 3 choices. And we're finding that we are serving sometimes up to 90 kids for breakfast in the morning, which is absolutely wonderful. And as you know, Ms. Petersley's had a lot to do with that. And we also have incorporated some of the kids doing taste testing. So they've made some of those choices for their breakfast.
Alright. And do you think it's a better suit for the students now that they're changing it to healthier foods?
I do, and I also find that changing it to eat after they're in school targets more kids. And more kids are eating breakfast.
Alright, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Now you all know why the breakfast has changed at Rochester ALC. I hope you all go out there and try it. It may surprise you.
If you haven't tried breakfast here in a while, maybe it's time to give it a shot again. You just might be surprised.
If you're not one to eat breakfast here, chances are you're probably not sticking around for lunch either. With only 30 minutes, your choices are pretty limited if you go out for lunch.
A lot of us resort to fast food or junk food for lunch, but it isn't really a healthy choice, especially if it's a daily thing. Here's some more information if you fall into this category.
Hey, it's here. I'm your boy Anthony. I'm here to talk about fast food. Fast food has become a part of an American's everyday life. Ain't that crazy? You know, all they see is the good, but are you aware of the bad things fast food does to you? If you'd like to find out, please check out our next segment.
Hi, Lydia.
Hi, Alexis.
So how many times a week do you think you eat fast food?
Every day.
Oh.
Yeah, I usually don't have time to get breakfast in the morning, so I stop somewhere. And then after school, I usually just stop somewhere because I'm usually lazy. And at lunch, I don't eat here. I go out, so I eat fast food a lot.
Do you think it makes you unhealthy?
I think it can make you unhealthy if you don't balance it out with your physical activity. But yeah, if you do, then you'll be good.
All right, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
I'm here with my man Keys, and I just got a few questions to ask him. How often do you eat fast food?
I have to say every day, you know.
And since you said you eat fast food every day, why is that?
Cause man, you know, school food can't do it, so you gotta go get some Mickey D's or something, and then after school, you know, go out to eat a little bit, and then just go to the store, get some munchies.
Why do you like fast food?
I mean, because you could get a variety of things, and there's more than one place to go.
And for hella cheap too, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing though. You eating all that fast food, as you say, every day, do you feel as if that makes you more healthy or unhealthy?
It doesn't matter to me. I remain the same.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It was nice to talk to you.
The average American spends up to $1,000 annually on fast food, up to 4 to 5 times each week, sometimes $10 each time they eat out, most of the time at lunch.
Fast food is not always bad for you if you don't overdo it. Thank you, and have a great day.
Not only is eating fast food unhealthy, it's also really expensive.
But it tastes so good. Maybe more students would be willing to bring their lunches or make their own food at home if it tasted as good as fast food.
Our news team agrees. That's why we wanted to give our audience some fresh information about eating healthy. Check it out.
Eating healthy. It's not something our generations are all that concerned with, but we really should. We're here to show you some ways to eat healthy, save money, and live healthier. Some of the many benefits of eating healthy include an improved mood, relieved stress, an increase in energy, as well as eating less food, which can also save you money.
Here are 6 mindful eating tips. First, shift out of autopilot eating. Make sure you're not stuck in a routine. Second, take mindful bites. Savor or don't just inhale your food. Try slowing down. Third, eat attentively. When you eat, eat. Don't be doing other things. Fourth, check in on your hunger. Make sure you are physically hungry when you eat. Fifth, think mindfully. Don't let negative thoughts take over. Remember, a thought is just a thought. Sixth, speak mindfully. Be aware of how your words could affect someone. Eating healthy isn't as expensive as it seems. Spending $5 a day buying lunch at a fast food restaurant over 2 weeks would be $70, whereas $50 of groceries could last the same time if you buy wisely and portion correctly. This is assuming 1 meal a day. Prices would adjust accordingly for more.
Hi there, I'm here with Miss Dim to talk to her about some ways we can eat more healthy. So what are some ways you think we can eat healthier and still taste good?
I think we can all eat more fruits and vegetables in our diet. That's very healthy for us. If we get just raw fruits and vegetables from the grocery store, it's a great thing. The other thing that I think we can do is drink more milk and water. Try to cut down on the sodas, the energy drinks, soft drinks, and that type of thing.
Do you have any ideas how we can be more mindful of feeding those soft drinks and energy drinks and other such?
I think we just need to be aware of what we're doing. What are we doing at that time? Why are we having this? A lot of people are eating while they're watching TV or on the computer, video games, and they're not aware.
Yeah, I'm kind of a victim. I do that.
Yeah, so it's really easy to do, is to have our mind on something else while we're consuming maybe foods that are not so healthy, like chips and the pop, and just think more about how you can change that out, still eat when you're hungry, but change it out with a more healthy food.
Like raisins or celery sticks.
Correct. Yep, so you could have, if you're feeling something sweet, like a cookie, maybe you can have a fruit. So the fruit is sweet. And if you want something salty, you know, think about even a cracker is better than a chip.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Eating healthy isn't as hard as it seems. It can even save you money, improve your quality of life. Thanks for watching.
If you have a Pinterest account, you can always search for cheap and healthy meals and find lots of ideas.
Another problem with eating a lot of junk food is that it really can affect your body in negative ways. My team did some research for you about how common foods that we all eat can affect you.
Have you ever wondered what's in the food and beverages that you consume on a daily basis? Well, we're here to tell you what's inside them.
Hi, I'm Smitra and I'm here with Mrs. P and I'm going to ask her a few questions. How does the food that we consume daily affect our bodies?
So the foods that we eat are either going to be able to give our bodies lasting energy, or they're going to give us processing that's not going to give us lasting energy. So we can consume processing that will give us bursts of energy, but then they drain our body, or they don't give us the energy that lasts. So they basically give us a quick burst and then we fall asleep really quickly. Or it can give us energy that allows us to last longer amounts of time. Or it can give us some fiber and give us some energy that lasts us throughout the day, maybe some digesting nutrients as well. Sometimes they will give us protein that our body needs to be able to build muscle. Also gives us carbohydrates, will be giving us the energy that our body needs as well.
All right, and I also heard that some of the chemicals in foods are actually addictive. Can you talk more about that?
Some of the chemicals are addictive. What happens is the brain becomes a desire to want more and more of the food, and it becomes more of a craving for the foods. And so it becomes a taste and a craving for those desires of the foods that they have, and it's a taste. Your brain thinks that it's full or believes that it's full, but it's really not. So it wants more and more of the food, or it thinks that it doesn't ever get this shut-off valve, and it doesn't shut off that light switch for that fullness. And so it keeps on eating more and more and more, and never feels satisfied.
And what's your advice to teens on how to eat healthier?
For grocery shopping, the best way is to shop on the outside of the aisles.
Mm-hmm.
So more of the processing food is towards the center of the aisles. So if you're going shopping, eat the fruits and the vegetables, which are on the outside of the aisles, going more into the non-processed meats, going for the fresh meats, going into the dairy components that are the fresh dairies as well. It's trying to stay away from the frozen entrees, trying to get away from the frozen meals and that type of stuff. And then trying to not go out as much, and going to the fast food restaurants. Those are not going to be as healthy as if you were to go home and prepare your own meals.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Studies have shown, and also the FDA has come out and said that companies need to reduce the amount of these certain chemicals that are toxic to our bodies, because if too much of it gets into the food and it actually poisons it, then that's really bad for us, which is why a lot of places tend to recall meats and stuff like that, is because it's too toxic for people to eat, or it just will give you stomach pains or make you sick, and that's not good for you.
Man, that was a good talk. That actually showed me a lot about the chemicals in fast foods. You know where we should go? Lucy's Tacos. They have rice, they have beans, and they're real tacos. They're not like Taco Bell. We should go. Let's go, man. Yeah, I'll let's take you go. there.
Now that you know what's in your food and drink that you consume daily, always look at the labels and be careful on what you put in your body. Thank you.
Wow, I know I'll be paying closer attention to the food I eat.
The best way to avoid all of the negative side effects is to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and to reduce the amount of processed food you eat each day.
Well, that does it for this week's edition of C103 News.
Be sure to join us next week for another episode. Have a great week.